Mr. Jones, a careless and cruel farmer, owned Manor Farm, which had different animals. One night, a respected pig, Old Major, called a meeting to share his ideas before he died. All the animals gathered in the barn because they respected Old Major and considered him wise. Major told the animals that their lives were miserable because humans controlled and exploited them. He explained that food produced by the animals was taken by humans, and they also took valuable things from animals and gave very little in return. Major said that humans were the main enemies of animals, and that the animals could live freely if humans were removed from the farm. He asked them to rebel against human control because he believed only a revolution could give them freedom. Major also warned them, after freedom, not to become like humans, because replacing human masters with animal masters would create another oppression. The animals excitedly sang the song together, showing that Major's ideas were beginning to unite them. Mr. Jones, the farm owner, heard the noise and fired his gun, frightening the animals and forcing them to return to their sleeping places. The meeting ended, but Major's ideas remained in the animals' minds, planting the first seed of the rebellion that would change the farm. Old Major died a few days after his speech. His ideas about freedom remained in the animals' minds and inspired them to continue his dream. 3 pigs, Napoleon, Snowball, and Squealer, developed Major's ideas into a system called Animalism. They taught the other animals that they should fight against human control. Mr. Jones became more careless and neglected the animals. He stopped feeding them properly, which increased their anger. One day, the hungry animals broke into the storehouse looking for food. When Jones and his men tried to stop them, the animals fought back. The animals defeated Jones and his men and drove them off the farm. The rebellion succeeded easily. The animals were extremely happy because the farm was finally under their own control. They destroyed things that reminded them of human oppression, such as whips and other tools used to control them. The pigs wrote the 7 commandments of animalism on the wall, establishing rules based on equality and animal freedom. The farm was renamed Animal Farm, showing that it now belonged to the animals rather than Mr. Jones. The animals celebrated their victory and worked together. They believed they had created a society where all animals would be equal. The animals were happy and proud that they worked together for themselves instead of for Mr. Jones. Boxer, a strong and hard-working horse, worked harder than everyone else because he believed his strength was needed to build the new farm. The pigs did not do physical labor, but organized and supervised the work. They gradually took leadership because they were considered the most intelligent animals. Snowball and Napoleon became the main leaders of Animal Farm. They often disagreed because both had different ideas about managing the farm. The pigs learned to read and write and taught some of the other animals. They believed education was important, but the pigs soon became much more educated than the others. The 7 commandments were shortened into the simple idea that 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, This made animalism easy for the less intelligent animals to remember.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
The sheep repeated the slogan again and again, showing how simple slogans could replace deeper thinking. The pigs began taking the milk for themselves. Squealer explained that the pigs needed it for their health because they were responsible for managing the farm. The animals accepted this explanation, which was the beginning of the inequality that the revolution was supposed to end. The chapter ended with the animals working hard while the pigs gradually gained more power, creating the first signs that the new society might not remain equal. Snowball and Napoleon prepared the animals to defend Animal Farm. They knew the humans might try to take the farm back. Mr. Jones and a group of men attacked the farm. They wanted to regain control of their property. Snowball led the animals and used a planned strategy to confuse the men. His aim was to defeat them without losing many animals. During the battle, Boxer also knocked down a man, but felt sorry because he did not want to hurt anyone. The animals successfully drove the humans away and celebrated the victory as the Battle of the Cowshed. Snowball and Boxer were praised for their bravery. The animals saw Snowball as an important hero of the revolution. The victory strengthened their belief that they could protect their freedom. Molly, a horse who loved ribbons and sugar, she preferred the comfortable life she had under humans to the strict life on the farm. Molly's thoughts showed the injustice prevailing on Animal Farm as she started missing her life with humans. One day, Molly secretly left the farm, showing her dissatisfaction with the new life on Animal Farm. Snowball proposed building a windmill to produce electricity and make life easier. He believed technology would reduce the animals' hard work. Napoleon opposed the windmill and preferred focusing on food production. He believed Snowball's popularity was becoming a threat to his own power. Napoleon secretly raised 9 puppies and trained them away from the other animals. He was preparing his own private force without the others realizing his intention. During a meeting about the windmill, Napoleon's dogs suddenly attacked Snowball. Snowball escaped from the farm, and Napoleon took control. Napoleon announced that meetings and debates would no longer be held. He removed the political freedom of the animals so that no one could challenge his decisions. Squealer told the animals that Napoleon was wiser than they were, and Snowball was dangerous. He tried to justify Napoleon's takeover. Napoleon later announced that the windmill would be built after all. He took Snowball's idea, but presented it as his own decision, showing that power mattered more to him than honesty. The animals worked extremely hard to build the windmill. They suffered because they had limited food and had to work long hours. Boxer worked harder than anyone else with loyalty. He responded to problems with more work rather than questioning the leadership. Napoleon began trading with humans. This was against the original revolutionary ideas, but he used the need for supplies as a reason to justify the change. The pigs moved into the farmhouse and began sleeping in beds. This was also against the original rules. But Squealer convinced the animals that nothing was wrong. Squealer tricked them with confusing explanations. A violent storm destroyed the windmill. Napoleon immediately blamed Snowball without any proof. Napoleon ordered the animals to rebuild the windmill, making the animals afraid of losing their farm and forcing them to work harder. Napoleon had gained more control over the farm. The animals were working harder and receiving less, while the pigs were becoming more powerful and comfortable. Winter brought severe hunger to Animal Farm. The animals had little food, but Napoleon hid the shortage of food from the humans. Squealer used false information to make the farm appear successful. The hens rebelled when Napoleon ordered them to give up their eggs. They broke their eggs instead of allowing Napoleon to take them. Napoleon used his dogs to crush the hens' rebellion. His aim was to show that anyone who challenged him would be punished. Several animals were accused of secretly helping Snowball and were forced to confess. Napoleon used fear and accusations to remove opposition. The accused animals were executed by Napoleon's dogs. This shocked the other animals because killing fellow animals went against the original spirit of the revolution. Clover remembered the promise of a cruelty-free life, but forgot the exact commandments, showing that poorly educated animals were easy to control. The animals continued working, but Napoleon's power was now maintained through fear rather than the original dream of equality. Another commandment was changed to allow pigs to drink alcohol. Squealer again used explanations to make the animals doubt what they remembered. Napoleon became powerful and was treated almost like a king. The animals praised him because they had been taught to see him as the protector of the farm. Napoleon sold some timber to Frederick, a neighboring farmer. He believed he had made a good deal, but Frederick tricked him with fake banknotes. Frederick and his men attacked Animal Farm and destroyed the windmill. The animals fought to save the windmill that represented their hard work. The animals eventually drove the humans away, but the victory was costly. Napoleon called it a great victory, even though the animals faced heavy losses. The pigs celebrated with alcohol after the battle. Their behavior showed how far they had moved from their purpose of revolution. Napoleon became seriously ill after drinking too much alcohol. Squealer announced that he was near death to create fear among the animals. Napoleon recovered and continued ruling the farm. The animals remained loyal because they had no real alternative or freedom to challenge him. The animals suffered from hunger and hard work, while the pigs and dogs received better treatment. The promise of equality had disappeared. Boxer continued working despite his age and injuries. He believed that working harder and trusting Napoleon would solve every problem. Boxer was injured while working on the windmill. The animals were worried because he was old and had given his entire life to the farm. Napoleon sent Boxer away in a horse slaughterer's truck. Boxer believed he was being taken to a hospital, but Napoleon had sold him for money. Benjamin realized what was happening and tried to warn the animals. His understanding came too late because the truck had already taken Boxer away. Squealer later claimed that Boxer had died peacefully in a hospital. He lied to protect Napoleon and hide the truth about Boxer's death. The pigs used the money from Boxer to buy more alcohol. This revealed the complete betrayal of the animal who had worked hardest for the farm. Years passed, and most of the original animals had died. The new generation knew little about the original rebellion. Animal Farm became richer, but ordinary animals still worked hard. The promised equality had never become reality. The pigs began walking on 2 legs and wearing human clothes. They had completely adopted the lifestyle of the humans they once opposed. The 7 commandments were removed and replaced with one rule. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. This openly destroyed the original idea of equality. The pigs invited human farmers to dinner and discussed business with them. Napoleon now wanted cooperation with humans because he had become similar to them. The other animals looked through the window and saw the pigs and humans drinking and playing cards together. They realized that the pigs had become just like the humans they replaced. Napoleon and the humans argued over a card game, and the animals could no longer tell the pigs from the humans. This completed the irony of the story. The revolution changed the rulers, but not the oppression. The animals' original dream of freedom and equality had completely failed. Orwell showed how leaders could use fear, propaganda, and information to turn a revolution for equality into another dictatorship. Please subscribe. English Storybase.